Hi, I'm Alice. I'm going to show you how to manage your inventory in RTSM. Let me show you the inventory page. Here we can view the inventory by country, site, and batches. We can select the checkboxes to toggle on additional columns. Check the Account for Expiration Date box to view the most accurate available inventory. Any kits that cannot be assigned, due to the expiration date being within the Do Not Assign window, will be excluded from the available inventory count and display in the expiring column. Now that I've shown you how to review the inventory, let me show you how to review resupply settings and calculations. Let's navigate to the Resupply page. Next, click on the Supply Defaults tab. Any new sites added to the study will receive the default resupply value. Static resupply involves managing inventory levels effectively. Let's take a look at the different settings. Initial supply is the starting quantity of each kit type sent in the first shipment. Baseline supply represents the maximum quantity of each kit type maintained at the site. Alert level indicates when supplies are low, prompting action to replenish resources before they run out. Now, let's look at the site static resupply levels. These resupply setting values are used in a site's resupply calculation. To view the resupply calculation, we need to navigate to the site's page. From the task menu, select Resupply Calculation. Here we can see the alert level, the baseline supply, and the current inventory of treatment A and B. Because the current inventory for treatment B is below the alert level, the forecasted shipment will be needed. This shipment will generate overnight. The shipment will include the number of kits for both treatment arms needed to bring the inventory back to the baseline supply levels. If the inventory is below the baseline, but not yet below the alert level, then a forecasted shipment will still display, but the shipment will only be generated if this checkbox is selected. If using Predictive Resupply, the system will also maintain static resupply. Predictive Resupply includes additional settings to maintain inventory. Lead days are the duration from when a shipment is requested by the system until it reaches the designated site. Minimum days. Between shipment specifies the number of days between shipments before the system will create an automatic shipment. If this value is set to 0, there is no enforced minimum. Target days is the maximum number of days of projected inventory at the site. Trigger days is the minimum number of days of projected inventory at the site. When site inventory is below the projected inventory for the trigger day value, then the system will request a shipment. The system will request enough inventory for all scheduled events within the target day value. Now, let's view a predictive resupply calculation. Here we can see the static resupply and the additional predictive resupply setting calculations. The current date, last shipment, and earliest next shipment date will display. The system will calculate the dates for the trigger plus lead days and the target days plus lead days. These dates are used to calculate the predicted inventory needed within this window. The trigger inventory is calculated based on having enough kits to cover the alert level and what inventory is needed for the upcoming scheduled visits between the current date and trigger plus lead day's date. For example, the alert level for treatment A is 4. When we include the upcoming scheduled visits between April 16th and May 5th, a total of 4 treatment kits are needed. These 4 kits are added to the alert level, making the trigger inventory 8. The target inventory is calculated by adding the predicted inventory of upcoming visits to the baseline supply. This value is used to calculate how many kits are needed in a forecasted shipment, only if the trigger inventory is at or above the current inventory. The trigger inventory for treatment A is below the current inventory, but treatment B has 5 for both the trigger and current inventory. This means a shipment would be requested. Because the target inventory for treatment A is the same as the current inventory, the forecasted shipment for treatment A would be 0. Treatment B needs 4 additional kits for the current inventory to match the target inventory. Because 4 kits are needed for the forecasted shipment of treatment B and 0 kits are needed for treatment A, your study may also add an additional random kit to the shipment to protect the blind. Let's see why one kit A was added to this forecasted shipment. We can see here what the weighting is for each kit type, which number was generated, and what the kit type is of the additional kit added to the forecasted shipment. Because the system generated the random number associated with type A, one additional kit type A was added to the forecasted shipment. When the forecasted shipment is needed, it will generate overnight, no earlier than the earliest next shipment date. If needed sooner, we can select this checkbox and create the shipment immediately. Manual Resupply allows authorized users to manually request shipments and does not require additional settings to manage. This option can be used when a depot-to-depot shipment is needed. It can also be used to prevent automatic shipments being generated to limit the amount of drug being shipped. To create a manual shipment, we need to navigate to the Shipments page. Click the Manual Request button. Fill out all of the information. If a batch is not selected, the system will assign the batch with the nearest expiration date that is available at the depot. Then, click Request. Congratulations! You have completed this course and may now continue to the next RTSM e-learning course.